Hello! I'm here to draw a drawing with you. A study of a great master, Luca, who lived in the 1500s. I am holding it upside down because that's what we're going to do today. We are going to copy this upside down. There's a lot of reasons why this exercise is good. My feeling is every great drawing has some kind of abstract integrity. It has some kind of energy. No matter what way you look at it, it looks good in a way. Once again, like with the last time, I've chosen something, a drawing that engages the edge of the paper. And I've chosen an image where the edge of the paper is clearly visible. So the other nice thing is, again, we're thinking about positive space, negative space, and what's called the format. All three working together all at the same time. So what I like to do is, this is just a Xerox of this Cambiasso that I got out of a book. And again, as with the Charles Despio, I'm going to make things easy on myself and fold this back so I have as little space as possible between me and what I'm copying. The other nice thing about doing things upside down sometimes is that you can't judge it. You can't, to learn to draw perceptually, you have to learn not to draw objects, but to draw more or less the space between the objects, to draw the relationships that are caused by color. So it can be difficult because we're so used to using our brains to make judgments and bring, provide shortcuts. So like the brain makes a shortcut by drawing a face like that. But even though people don't look like that, we recognize that just because of the symbols the brain tells us mean that. With perceptual drawing, we try to get that out of our minds and just try to see everything physically, not intellectually. So I'm gonna, again, just throw out as much, put as much out there as possible. Again, get the whole thing on, draw the whole thing at once. This feels so much smaller. I feel like really cramped, and so I might draw it a little bigger than it is, but I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what happens to me. Again, the nice thing about drawing the format, again, always draw where you think the edges are. You can always change them. Every mark you put down, assume you will change. And that's why we're using graphite pencil, because it is easily undone, unlike charcoal or a wet medium. Really, charcoal is kind of more like painting than it is like drawing, I think. Okay, so I'm just looking at, I'm trying just to look at, and I'm even going to use that seam, I think, because it kind of helps me see. It creates like a smaller negative space here, a smaller relationship that I can see. Like I can draw this shape. And by drawing upside down, it forces you just to look at the relationships, not to say, oh, this is an arm and this is a leg and I have to draw those things. It forces you to just draw what you see without making any judgments as to what it is. Let's go over here. Again, I'm trying to... You'll probably catch me breaking my own rules. You know, I say draw the whole thing at once, but you always have to guard against getting, you know, balled up in some, you know, tiny area. Oh, he has tiny. Oops, not going to say it. I was going to say he has tiny feet, but I'm not supposed to do that, am I? I'm not supposed to know that's a foot. Not yet, anyway. Try to draw that. I have that line so too close to the edge there. I'm just going to move that edge out. Brand of pencil makes a difference. Did you see how fuzzy the line is from this pencil? These Faber-Castells are the best. I've tried all kinds of different pencils, but these give you a sharper line without being hard. Let's get back to this negative space. Kind of lost track of that. Can't draw a straight line. Let's look at that again. I gotta make a commitment to this line here. All right. Finally, eventually. Oh, that's another thing. You'll hear me contradict myself like over and over again. I said, don't just assume everything you do is wrong, be ready to change it. But on the other hand, gotta get that line down, you know, and go with it at least for a while. Anyway, I'm trying to see this. That's more like it. And let's cheat again. Let's find the edge to that. Yeah, that's close. Here's our next negative space bit. Now, I've done kind of a naughty thing by not getting all of it on there, but too bad. looking at this. Let's look over here. Try to see that. Wait a minute. I know what this is, so I'm letting my brain start making judgments myself, and it's mussing me up. How does this look? Doesn't feel right. Well, let's just keep going. Can't figure it out, so I'll just keep going. If I don't really know what's wrong, just plug ahead and come back to it. Again, I think we found in that when we did the Despio, where I thought things were wrong, it was actually someplace else that things were wrong. So it could be this way too. Clean this up a bit. How does that feel? Maybe not long enough. Well, maybe all right. This is where I can use my nice little fine eraser. Okay, time to cheat. Yeah, pretty close. Good. I'm going to take on this little bit right here. Does that look about right? Let's get us a sharp pencil, but not this damned H one. Here, let's do this one. Let's look inside this thing for a while now. We've kind of got our, more or less, and again, probably going to have to fix some things, but we kind of got the whole thing on. In a way, let's see. Got a little bigger, tiny bit than the actual thing, but. What is that? Okay, so that has to move over. Why does that not look good? No idea what that thing is, but I want to get this direction right, you know, so this might help me. Does that? Yeah, just right there. Yeah, okay, time to cheat again. Well, it would help to like decide where the line is. Let's make it there. All right. So from this edge to this, I'm going to measure it with my finger and it's farther out that way. Oh yeah, well, yeah, if we draw a sight line, that is coming. This is farther to the left than this is, just barely. Let's see if we can find some things. Is that really working? Let's go back down here. I've been spending too much time down there. I've been doing what I've told you not to do, which is spend too much time in one place. Remember, you want it to come forward like a photograph, not like an etch-a-sketch at one line at a time. Again, I'm not sure where these things are, what I'm doing is right, but just throw it on there and fix it later. Your mistakes, never throw out and start a drawing over. All the mistakes you make, that's why we have an eraser. All the mistakes you make are part of the process, and you don't want to throw out that work you did. I can't get here without having been, in these wrong places first. But does it help me see something else? Oh goodness, we only have 9 minutes left. Gotta get going on this. But for you, kids at home, take as long as it needs. If you have to, walk away from it and come back to it, but take as long as you need. There's no prize for getting it done in a certain amount of time. I actually saw some artist demonstrate his, drawing the things he drew and bragging about how I did this in 20 minutes. And it's like, well, big deal. It looks like shit,
Okay, we're rolling, and you can take any time to stop, and we might show a little bit of the footage of your drawing that we've already got
All right.
during it. So I'm going to shut up and take your time and tell the story.
Hi, I'm Dawn Brennan, and I will be teaching my very first online drawing course for the Hyde Park Arts Center here in Chicago, Illinois. It goes from April 22nd through June 10th, 5 weeks, and what we'll be doing is drawing on the masters, drawing and studying through drawing, a masterful drawing. We will be studying through copying a masterful drawing by a great artist. This is something that artists have always done for hundreds of years, and it is a great way to learn about anything. What else? How do I conclude this?
Huh?
I don't know how to conclude this. Hope to see you there. Wait a minute. I don't know what else to say. But you can splice it together?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It should be interesting. It's going to be, again, probably full of some glitches and bugs because I've never taught online before. So
Come on, you'll dig it.
So, but it's gonna be a little rocky because I don't really know what I'm doing technology-wise, but you'll dig it anyway if you want to try it. Okay?
Okay. Let's set this up.
Do you want to just keep that rolling?
I might, just to get a little bit of you drawing. So, let me start this again.
All right, that's where it was.
Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
And it's running.
It's running? Okay. You sure about that?
Red light's on.
Okay. Hey everybody, speaking of walking away from the drawing and coming back again, I just discovered that the camera ran out of battery power and I went on drawing. So what I've done is I kind of backed up. I've erased what I did. We didn't lose too much time, but...
We're going to start over.
Okay.
I want to take this out of the frame, maybe.
Oh, right, yeah.
And I want to brush your shoulder off. Looked like I had peanuts on my arm, and the other one. Right up.
Well, it's probably just filth from me.
No, there's like 2 fingers. Like with peanut dust on. Okay, let me make sure we're okay here.
Go on, Copperfield.
Oh!
Oh,
The piano punished me.
should I start talking about my...
How about the water?
Huh? What about it?
Let's ditch the water too.
Oh.
Put it over on the couch.
Okay.
Perfect.
So, am I doing the commercial or am I doing the thing? Is this gonna run out?
No, you're going to do 10 minutes worth, right?
Yeah. Okay. So, okay. So, Okay, so speaking of getting up and walking away from your drawing and coming back to it, my camera ran out of batteries and I just kept going. So what I've done is backed up a bit, kind of erased what I had drawn. I didn't go that much farther, but let's get back into it. So the light might be different. I don't know. It might seem a little different, but it just took me a little while to get the batteries recharged. Anyway, so let's get back to doing this. And I believe I was talking about taking your time with these. The way I was trained, I had never spent 3 hours on a drawing until I went to art school at the Kansas City Art Institute, by the way, where I studied with the great Wilbur Newall, who taught me a lot, transformed the way I draw. Anyway, and basically I'm imitating how he taught me, or trying to. Anyway, he was all for taking one's time. Since then I've, like kind of explored fast drawing, but for this class we are going to take as long as it takes. It is possible to spend too long on a drawing, but we're not going to worry about that right now. There's no reason to try to rush it. There was one, I remember this one artist, he bragged about how he did this drawing, like kind of performed this drawing of a lion, I guess, and he says, it took me 20 minutes to do this. I guess, anyway, I was like, so what? All that matters is the drawing. Who cares how long it took or how fast? I mean, it's not like we're performing a trick here. What we're doing is we're studying. We are the pupils of Luca right now. Anyway, let's keep moving through this. God, you'd think I'd know what I'm doing again, since I'd already kind of done some of this when the camera wasn't rolling, but let's... I feel like I've kind of got this okay. So let's try to work inside here and see what we can develop. This is kind of confusing. I want to, study, give as much study to this drawing as I can. But as I've said in the last drawing, when we did the Charles Despia, make sure whatever you put in helps you see something else. And I want to try to get as well as I can. Well, the other thing is, okay, like say, try to see bigger things, like bigger shapes. Like always treat this, you could treat these as negative spaces as well. Let me just see if I've got this, whatever that is. Does that look right? this is down farther. Yeah, let's bring this. Again, doing it upside down forces you to just deal with the drawing as a bunch of relationships. But I'm having trouble here. Okay. This over, I'm looking at this, this, and this. I was trying to push this in, and then I realized it's like changing the relationship of this to this. And I kind of feel like, well, nope, that's not right either. You could kind of go through this entire drawing that I'm doing and say that none of it's right exactly, but I'm looking and learning just the same. What's going on there? Oh yeah, I did that. This is of course, now that I've done this already, I know what this is, and it's like pretty amazing how he does this. But I'll talk about it after I finish this. See, look at that. Wrong. Let's see what's going on. Where's that in relation to that? Let's hold it up as straight as we can. Well, so that has to move over, right? Am I holding it vertically? Not sure. Okay, so if I do a sight line from that to that, that has to move over there. You can never, that's the thing, you can never assume that you nailed it, you know, or got it. There's always something. Once you, I mean, you can like relate this to this to this, but then eventually you have to relate this to this, this to this, you know. But So it's much thinner. Assuming I've got this in the right place. Let's see if I do. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, this... I don't know if I'm even drawing a straight line here. I think it was back where it was. What is that? Am I running out of time?
Well, that was up to our 30-minute mark for the original film.
Oh, shit.
So just let it run.
Let me
It
just
shouldn't be
keep
talking.
going. You can cut it down.
I'll just pull this audio off.
Okay.
No hurry.
Well, maybe I have to revisit that. Okay. Just kind of pushing this outward, but I think that is what needs to happen. Well, I just might cheat and push this out a little bit. Yeah, look at that. Bigger. Well, I think, well, I'm running out of time. So, I could work on this for like, you know, at least another hour and still be finding new things in it. But what I want to do is, at this point, turn it over and we can see what we're looking at. So let's do that. Ooh. Hercules. It's kind of there. I think you'll find that sometimes it's actually easier to do the drawing upside down, because again, then you're not judging yourself so much. I mean, I can see, you know, lots of things that are wrong with this that I can continue to correct, but I've certainly learned a lot from this amazing drawing, especially about like just the beautifully economic, almost telegraphic way he handles Hercules' hand here. Just perfect, you know, like very few lines and yet it's all there. This one I'd like to spend more time on. But that pretty much, you know, shows you how, what fun and indeed how magical this actually can be. All right, I'm done.